Oh my god. No, not about his arrival. Oh my god. Okay, let's go for photograph then. I guess that was supposed to be the thing I had to click at. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Rorgeiul, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, monsieur, the camera is perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly. Well, duh. The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious, because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crinière had no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rorgeiul or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Rorgeiul, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There was no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the arrow's hands should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rorgeiul, edited this photograph. Edited? I am no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simply simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photographs subject of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rorgeiul created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting, and why? Was Monsieur Rorgeiul coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rorgeiul. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty for producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rorgeiul, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his clause more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His clause? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate, Monsieur Rorgeiul. We cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the Ancien Regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't process. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, monsieur. Right, we got rid of him. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favour with the jury. All right, there we go. This court does take quite some time.
So the clock's hands were painted on, so what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Caterline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant.
Don't be dense, Monsieur Rubbington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence.
Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events.
Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Caterline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for.
So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Monsieur Portois Demio himself, perhaps?
I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means of motives. And it wouldn't make sense for Signor Portois to implicate his own daughter.
Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rorgeiul deliberately tried to frame Dame Caterline? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing.
Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, perhaps I should offer my opinion.
But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet.
So you would think, our prosecutor. And yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? I suppose that's fine. Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. Before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Wow, prosecutor. Ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Okay. Baron Rorgeiul, on the night of the
initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Caterline followed behind him moments later. Signor Portois, Monsieur Rorgeiul, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Caterline. That would be when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from here.
I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgeiul, am an honest man. This defense may proceed with the cross-examination. All right, let's take a look at the statements. The dinner went magnificently when the photographer arrived. I don't know, actually. The dinner went magnificently. Let's see what we can ask. Baron Rorgeiul, I would like to ask about the dinner you served that evening. Very well. Very well. Ask away. Regarding the stolen cutlery. Earlier today, we established that the silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet. Indeed. I am aware of whom the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges. It is curious, then, that you decided to serve steak, It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all. I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food. There is nothing curious about it. Seigneur Portoir and Dame Caterline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs.
Besides, what other choices did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetable broth like a common peasant?
Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous.
Sorry, Baron.
Jeez. Housemaid, I guess? Baron Rorgeiul, I have a couple of questions about your housemaid, Colleen Duhau. She's a thief. Does she smoke? Ah. It's a good one. Does your housemate smoke cigars?
Well, that question came out of the left field.
Definitely not. Mademoiselle Duhau detests the smell of tobacco. I see. Putting together a bigger picture, are we? I think so. The pieces are slowly falling into place. Okay, not about the housemaid. The garden, I think. Baron, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. When was the last time you visited? Let's go and ask that. Baron Rorgeiul, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my own garden.
Or the wet cigar. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred.
A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Okay, Baron. Sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the ban came, I hadn't visited my garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemate's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, that's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
Yeah, only it was in the upper basin. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are any number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rorgeiul, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgeiul, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is when you were trying to keep hidden what? Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Remington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgeiul as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Cutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rorgeiul confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the misleading silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn uncontested? Say something. Object. I am, Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it on the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Potois de Mieux, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Caterline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon? The utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp! I ought to gut you right here and now, like a damned frog. Oh, isn't that? He admitted it. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, honor. Let's go, old man, to the conciergerie with you. Don't touch me, filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. Falcon, this was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Caterline's innocent. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just impossible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Caterline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. We have reached a decision In light of a recent revelation, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defender, Dame Caterline Demieux, to be not guilty. Oh, that's cool. That's our first case solved, and we won. Should give us quite some francs.
Monsieur Falcon, petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head off to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit.
Oh, I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both.
I'll go get a bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses.
You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked out unveiling the truth, given the fact of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know? Alright, I'll spell it out for you.
Are you kidding me? Did she actually kill?
I murdered Monsieur Grenouille.
Oh my god, fuck this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It was nothing personal, just business, you understand.
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
She put it there? Oh my god. This is just gold.
I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris' finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited.
It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinhoud to paint me over Baron Rorgeiul and to add hands to the clock.
Well, yeah. Her father, after all, was a cat as well, so he could have cut open that frog as well.
But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, petit Sparrowson.
Falcon, what do we do now?
Falcon?
Oops. Obviously, we wish to continue. I mean, what's done is done. The Palais du Louvre. Alright, I guess we'll continue with that case next time with that day. Thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, have a good one. Cheers.